Folks keep saying, son, you gotta slow down. But I was born running, I ain't touching the ground. I ain't here to settle, I ain't built that way. And I don't care for the games they play. If you don't like what I say, then turn away. It ain't gonna change this man today. Ain't watching my words, ain't holding my side. I'm loud, I'm proud, and I won't hide. Roll your eyes, hell, take your shots. I'm built for fire.
What's up, Pit Stop crew? We are here on another leg of our journey, and we're trying to catch up on all these videos that we recorded over the holiday season.
It's been a lot.
And this one's been a while since we went there, but we took some good notes while we were there. But we went to go visit some friends who were visiting family up in the Lenore area. And I will let you go ahead and talk about the barbecue joint.
So we actually stopped at Hannah's Barbecue. It was in Granite Falls. I definitely want to go back and check out Granite Falls. We were there at nighttime right before Christmas and all the lights were out. It was super pretty, but you couldn't see much. But this was in a little strip mall area right behind the McDonald's. And it doesn't look like it had a lot going on, but it was the middle of the week when we got there. And when you get there, typical, you know, strip mall kind of restaurant. You walk in, see straight back, but honestly, it had a really cute, inviting vibe. It had little pork pictures, some mirrors, some history, but
it was very,
nice.
very southern.
Yeah.
You know, going into a southern restaurant. And what she means by you can see straight through is you can see the kitchen as you come in
like
the door.
straight back.
And there's a few tables up front, and then you can see everything going on in the back. We did try to go around back and see their smoker, because we always try to like spy on people's smokers just to see what they got going on, see what kind of wood they use. But it looked like they had built the smoker inside, because they had a big stack coming out where the smoke was coming out from inside. So it looked like they kept their smoker inside. So we didn't really get a good look at it, but when you walk in the door, you get a good smell of the smoke. That was really nice and inviting.
Yep.
And we went here with one of our near and dear friends, Sherry. Anytime she's in the area or we're in her area, we always go eat barbecue and hang out and have fun. So
she's been in a couple of our videos.
You know, it was fun to hang out with her, and her sister was there. But this year's been super cold here in western North Carolina. We finally getting some days where it's a little bit warmer. But this was right at the end of a super cold stint, and it was a rainy day, and it just had been really cold. So they came up at a tough time, and you know, being from the eastern part of North Carolina, it's a little warmer than it is here. So, but let's talk about Hannah's in Granite Falls.
So this, I was very surprised.
Yeah,
it was very surprising. But I'm jumping ahead of myself, but overall, I'm going to say this was a very surprising find and how much I liked it. But we got the brisket, we've got pulled pork and the ribs. Our friend also got the brisket, and then we had a bonus of some smoked chicken. We got an extra side. We had, of course, a typical baked beans, coleslaw, potato salad, but we also got some Brunswick stew. And our friend got the fried okra, which is a nice change to see what everybody has. But what did you think about the brisket?
So the brisket, I thought, was just okay. It was very juicy. It was cooked right. It was cooked well, but it just didn't have a lot of flavor to it. That was kind of my take off the brisket.
They serve it in big, thick slices. They have like a little slather of their sauce on it. There wasn't a whole lot of sauce selection out there. Just pretty much their one basic sauce, which was a sweet, smoky sauce. The brisket I had as a smoky, sweet undertone, but nothing to write home about. Y'all know how I am. If it's good, I'm going to write home about it. This one, I wouldn't write home about it. But the ribs, to me, I thought they were very good. They had kind of a maple honey undertone, but they weren't as tender as I like my ribs, but that's me preference-wise.
So I have to disagree a little bit. I thought their ribs were like super good, and I thought that their ribs were like that perfect tear off the bone, bite off the bone doneness. We might add a little bit. And this is kind of why we have two people going and doing this, because everybody's taste buds are different. Everybody likes their barbecue a little different. So when you have a competition, there's, you know, tons of judges that judge these things, and they take like an average of the scores and try to find a winner. That's why, you know, we're gonna differentiate. You know, we're gonna be different we're going to have different scores, and we're going to try to come to a consensus in the middle on what we want to score these places. So it's kind of a little more fair that two people are talking about it than just one person going, hey, this is what I like, this is what I like. And we also take into consideration when we go out with our friends and they go, we like to hear their feedback as well, and it helps in our scoring. Especially, just to make sure it's consistent and we're tasting the same thing they're tasting.
Especially those don't eat barbecue very often. I like to see what they like.
So this place was a huge surprise. Mm-hmm. I went into it thinking, oh, this is just going to be another place we talk about, and
it's okay. But
it's just going to be.
It was good.
But yeah, so the pulled pork had really good smoke, and you could taste the spice in it. They actually used a really good dry rub. It had some sweet, had some boldness to it. Their smoke was really good. I don't remember if we asked them what kind of wood they used, but it being up there near that area, I would say it's probably hickory. Because hickory is very plentiful up in there. A lot of people that smoke with hickory like to sprinkle smoke in there too, from what we've heard.
And they mixed the sauce into it.
Yeah,
there was a little bit of a vinegar, tomato sauce mixed into it, so it wasn't over sauce.
Yeah, their sauce actually was really good. They only had, I think, one sauce, like just you were saying, on the table, and I really liked it a lot.
So I know we don't rate chicken, but this chicken, it was smoked chicken. Like everybody in the table was just like pulling it off the bone.
Yeah,
it was dynamite.
It was juicy. Ooh. It was smoky. It was just everybody loved the chicken, yes. And you could just pull it up right off the bone, pull it apart, and just eat it.
I don't think I've ever had chicken.
It actually was really good in the sauce. I think the one place I can think of is around here that I've had better chicken at, and I took you there to get chicken,
my goodness.
And you got barbecue. So I was like, why am I taking you here to get chicken when you're going to eat barbecue?
Like variety. I was going to eat off his plate, and he didn't want to share his chicken, so we got to go back.
I'm going there to eat half a chicken. I'm going there to eat half a chicken, but
so that's going to be later.
Most people know that. Probably already know that place if they live around the Statesville, Mooresville area. They know where we're talking about, but.
So
anyway,
the smoked chicken was dynamite. I'd drive miles to eat that chicken. I'll put it that way.
Their chicken was good, and their sauce paired really well with it.
And so side-wise, I like the slaw. It's a good basic slaw, mayo, vinegar, and a little bit of pepper. I'm very basic when it comes to slaw, but just something you're gonna get nothing out of the normal.
Yeah, their slaw was good. I wouldn't say it was an average slaw because it was a little bit elevated. It had some really good flavor to it, and it wasn't finely chopped like a lot of places do. It had some chunky cabbage in there and with some crunch, but not like big, huge pieces. But it was really good. I like their slaw. Normally, I'm just like slaw.
Slaw.
I thought their slaw was really good, and I think all their dishes were a little bit over average for me, so that kind of like helped hold up the whole experience.
So we did get the potato salad, even though I would love a tomato salad. Potato salad, and it was actually on the tangy side. Had big chunks of celery, onions, a little bit more on the heavier mustard. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't my cup of tea.
So I really liked their potato salad a lot. It had red bell pepper in it, and it had a lot of good flavor to it, and it was just super good. Had mustard, it was mustard, mayonnaise mix, had a good flavor profile on the spices, had some pepper in there, probably some paprika. It was a really good potato salad to me. The red bell pepper kind of like set it off too for the color profile of looking at a potato salad. You're used to just staring at like either a white or a yellowy potato salad. And
that's true, but
it kind of a lot of people say you eat with your eyes first, and
that's true.
I noticed the red bell pepper in there. I was like, oh, what is that? Am I gonna get a cherry pepper, a bell pepper? What is that gonna be? So it's kind of cool.
Sorry, I got a lot of notes here, y'all. I'm having to catch up here. So the beans. On the beans, they were a little bit on the smoky side. They weren't too sweet. They had a really thick, heavy tomato base, so it wasn't like super, runny. It was almost very, I don't know what the word I'm thinking of, saucy. There it is. It's kind of saucy.
So their baked beans were saucy, and it was sauced with a sweet barbecue sauce. It wasn't the barbecue sauce that was on the table, but the boldness of their smoke and the way they cooked it down with the smoke, I think, kind of cut the sweet barbecue sauce into more of a. It made it just more of a smoky tang flavor. It kind of like a lot like we make our beans when we make them, because we smoke our beans for just about as long as we'll smoke a butt for. When we do make beans, but we also put bacon in ours. We make Wagyu beef bacon and we throw that in there. But that you check the other videos out for that.
I don't think we've done one on that one. We'll have to do a video on Wagyu bacon.
We've done it.
Done on the beans.
We've done it when we make our beans. We show the Wagyu bacon, but we didn't show them making the Wagyu bacon.
That's a thought. Let us know if you want to see that. But the other one I had, so we had technically 2 bonus ones, even though we didn't try the okra. But the Brunswick stew, you guys know how I am about Brunswick stew. We've only had about 3 places on our list that had Brunswick stew. This one I would put in the top. It was super chunky, super tomatoey. It was more of a stew than just meat and broth. So they put some time and effort into it. And it was very good, and I don't think you even tried it.
No, I don't think I tried it either. I did have to denote their hush puppies. This is the first place I've been in Western North Carolina. I've been a few places that had good hush puppies, but this one was elevated hush puppies. They were just really good. They were nice and crispy on the outside, but they had that tender sweetness on the inside, and they paired well with their barbecue sauce, because I always have to dip hush puppies in something. When growing up on the East Coast, we had a seafood restaurant. A lot of seafood restaurants have those little butter packets. Everybody dipped the hush puppies in the butter. I was never big on that. I was always, give me barbecue sauce. Give me ketchup. But so their barbecue sauce paired really, really well with their hush puppies. Paired well with a lot of stuff. The barbecue sauce was a sweet and smoky, very good sauce, and you could tell that they smoked it and took time making it, and it was a labor of love. So all in all, overall, this restaurant was good. If I'm ever up that way again, I definitely would absolutely go back there. I wouldn't even think about eating anywhere else up there. I'd probably go here. And this one is probably going to make the top 25 list right now.
I agree.
I don't know where the score is going to fall, because we kind of differ on a few different things. So we're going to have to nitpick this one and put it on there. But it's definitely not going to be the best, but it's going to be on the list, and it's going to be probably in the middle of the list. So
probably we'll have to go back and forth.
Yeah, if you're ever in Granite Falls, I say go check out Hannah's. And they also own the Hannah's in Lenore.
Yes.
And they are affiliated with them, from what she was telling us.
Yes,
because our friend is from Lenore, and Hannah's was a big thing when they were growing up in Lenore. So they asked if they were affiliated, and they actually are. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there's 2 of them. So Lenore, Granite Falls.
Yeah,
check it out.
You can't beat the place. You can't beat the staff. You can't beat the food. Go try it out, and then check out our rating on our website. And let us know if you agree, disagree, what you think would be ranked higher, or if you think some place is better.
Yeah, give us ideas, places to go, because we're branching out. We're going places, and we're gonna get to the East Coast, guys. We ain't forgot about you. That's where my heart is. I grew up there, so we're getting there as we go visit there more. So we live in the western part of the state, so it's easier to get to these places right now. But we're branching out. We're coming to the east. There's some Mac Daddy places on the East Coast. So
yeah, we'll be there. And some things I'm super excited about this year is we're gonna really get into the festivals. We got them on our calendar. So we get to check out the festivals and see who's all out there. Yeah,
and one of the things we saw last year, we were kind of sad about the coverage on YouTube from the Lexington Barbecue Festival. There was not a lot. And unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, that was the time we went to Europe. And we missed out on that, because we were going to attend this year and go do some coverage. But we went to Europe,
so it's like,
So when we got back, we were looking up to see what everybody did and who all was there, and we couldn't find much on there. So next year, expect to see a bunch of coverage from us out of it.
We're going to talk about it,
and we're going to interview people, talk to people, and see what everybody's doing. So just look forward to that later on in the year. I think that's normally in October.
October 25th.
Okay, so
it's actually 24th, 25th, and I think 23rd. It's 3 days. But we'll be there, and thanks for everything, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.